Hi everyone, today we're here to ask and answer one simple question: is Ryan Humiston natty or not? And for those of you wondering, yes, I did take a poop before filming this. But for those of you who don't know Ryan Humiston, he runs a YouTube fitness channel. His channel just recently started really blowing up. He's getting a lot of views, gaining in popularity, but what's really interesting about his channel is that he's vegan, and he talked about this in one of his early videos.
Be sure to subscribe to this channel because it's incredibly important to me. Vegan has changed my life. I have a dog rescue. That's what propelled me to go vegan is, the impact I had on dogs, and then how could I save dogs and not save every other animal on the planet. So I will load this channel full of everything you can think of, from diet tips to training, because I think vegans should have the best of both worlds. You should be able to look how you want and have the impact you want.
And as far as I can tell, he's still vegan, and it looks like he's been vegan for a little over a year. The earliest post he made on Instagram where he used a vegan tag was back in August of 2018, and I haven't seen him make any posts saying he quit veganism, so I'm assuming he's been vegan for a little over a year and he's stuck to the diet and lifestyle. That doesn't really have much to do with the topic of today's video, but I thought I'd mention it anyway because a lot of people say I'm biased. Whenever I do these natty or not videos on vegans, they say, oh, you're just saying he's natty because he's vegan. Well, in any case, I'm going to try to do my best to give a fair, honest, and balanced opinion, and we're going to take a look at the available evidence to see whether Ryan Humiston is natty or not. So we're going to be taking a look at things like his overall physique and appearance, his progression, how big he's gotten over time, and his strength in the gym, things like that. So first of all, taking a look at Ryan's physique, he is an extremely jacked dude, and it's not like only his arms are big, it's not like one single part of his body that's just unusually large. He has the complete package. He has huge arms, huge shoulders, huge traps, huge chest, huge back, huge legs. Everything is just insanely jacked, and very, very few people could achieve a physique like that naturally. I wouldn't say it's naturally unobtainable. I have seen some people who are just genetic freaks who are able to look like that, but there's a very small possibility that he would be able to achieve a physique like that naturally. I think the vast majority of people, even with steroids, would have difficulty looking like that. And Ryan also used to compete in bodybuilding, and if you go back a few years, like back to 2013, when he was taking bodybuilding really seriously and like bulking up, he was just massive. In these photos, he's obviously not quite as lean. This is like at peak bulk, but he still like has abdominal muscles showing. He's not like fat, but he is just so goddamn huge. It's just obvious you can't achieve that sort of size naturally. So I think this is really good evidence that he's not natural. And I also think it's worth mentioning that back in 2013, Ryan made a Facebook post talking about how he wants to become a professional bodybuilder. And, obviously, if you want to be a professional bodybuilder, you have to take steroids. There's no way you can get a pro card and compete without it. Now, you could argue that if you're in a weird division like classic physique, you could possibly get away with being natural, but if you want to be a men's open bodybuilder, and it seems like Ryan had that goal, you have to take steroids, and I'm sure he wasn't ignorant of that fact. So, again, provides more evidence that Ryan, at the very least, used to take steroids. And if you take a look at the photo he linked in this post, I've never seen a natural bodybuilder look like this, and you can also see some funny things going on with his nipples. They look kind of inflamed, and still to this day, his nipples kind of look funny. They look kind of inflamed, stick out kind of weird. So that could be a side effect of, anabolic use. I don't know, maybe they're just like that. Some people have weird nipples, but all of this points to steroid use. And Ryan has also made some progress that I don't think is achievable naturally. Generally speaking, for a natural lifter, you can only really hope to gain roughly 30 pounds in your first 3 years of lifting. So the first year, you might gain 15 pounds. Second year, you might gain 10 pounds. Third year, you might gain 3 or 4 pounds. Then after that, your gains really start to trail off, and you can only hope to gain maybe 1 pound of muscle per year. So naturals generally gain, the vast majority of their muscle mass within the first 3 years of training, and after that, the progress they make is incredibly slow. You really won't gain much more muscle mass after 3 years. In Ryan's case, things are a bit different. So if you take a look at his contest history, back in 2007, he competed in the NPC Orange County Classic, where he competed in middleweight, and he received 10th place. Now, I'm going to guess he has at least 2 years of lifting experience here. I think that's being generous. He's probably been training 3 or 4 years here. It's very rare that anyone would enter a bodybuilding competition with like less than a year or two's, worth of experience in the gym. So he probably was training for, around 3 years here. And he looks great. He looks really big and muscular. For any natural to have this sort of physique on stage, it's a really great achievement. But he doesn't look like he's on gear. This looks like a naturally obtainable physique. Now, jump to his next competition. In 2008, NPC Border States, he placed second in light heavyweight, and even though this is kind of a crappy photo, you can see he made a lot of gains. He moved up a weight class, and he made this sort of jump up a weight class, clearly gained a lot of muscle mass after he's already gotten a really significant amount of training. Again, I'm just making a few assumptions here, but I'm assuming he made these gains after, you'd expect a natural to make the majority of their progress. So this is a little weird. And jump to 2011. He made even more gains. He went up another weight class. He came to second at heavyweight. This progression just doesn't seem realistic for a natural. Back in 2007, I think he probably had 3 years worth of training under his belt where he would have gained the majority of his muscle mass. But over the next 4 years, he was still able to gain 2 weight classes. So that is kind of crazy. I also found a forum post on RX Muscle where someone mentioned that Ryan weighed 202 pounds when he was on stage, competing at heavyweight at that NPC show. Take this for a grain of salt. I'm not sure how accurate it is because it's just a forum post, but assuming Ryan weighed 202 pounds when he competed at heavyweight, well, take a look at the rules for NPC bodybuilding. Middleweight, which is where Ryan first competed at back in 2007, it starts at 154 and a quarter pounds and goes up to 176 and a quarter pounds. And heavyweight starts at 198 and a quarter pounds, goes up to 225 and a quarter pounds. So it sounds like this forum post is accurate. Ryan probably weighed, about 202 pounds when he competed on stage at heavyweight. But if we're being really generous and assuming that Ryan started off his, bodybuilding career where he competed at middleweight, let's say he was at the top of the middleweight class at 176 pounds, well, that would still mean if he competed at 202 pounds at heavyweight, he would have gained 26 pounds of muscle in 4 years after already having, roughly 3 years of training experience, which is just crazy. It's unheard of for a natural lifter. And I mean, if you just take a look at his photos at heavyweight, there's no way he's natural. No one is going to look like that on stage. So again, pretty damn sure the guy is not Natty. So my conclusion to all of this is that Ryan probably started taking steroids around 2007 after his 2007 NPC competition. And after that, the next year, he gained an entire weight class, obviously made a lot of progress. And after that, he just continued to balloon, which isn't the type of progress and results you can expect to achieve naturally. Obviously back when he was competing, he was insanely huge. That you just can't expect to achieve a physique like that naturally, even if you're a genetic freak. And right now, I'm not so sure if he's still on gear. He's clearly downsized compared to when he was competing. Maybe he's just not taking bodybuilding and weight training as seriously. Maybe he just completely went off steroids and, he maintained some of the gains he made, or maybe he's just on, lower doses of testosterone, or, I don't know what else he could be taking. And, he's just trying to maintain a reasonable amount of muscle mass that he's comfortable with. Not sure. Now, that doesn't make him a bad person or anything. I didn't make this video to throw shade at Ryan. I just made this video because I think it's an important discussion to have so people have realistic expectations, for, what they can expect to achieve naturally. And with that said, Ryan's channel is kind of interesting. He focuses on bodybuilding style training. He has some kind of unique training techniques that I think are worth trying, taking a look at. I don't agree with everything that's on his channel, but check out Ryan's channel and tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think he's natty or not? And if you like this video, maybe consider supporting me on Patreon or through my website. I have some funding perks you may find interesting. If you're looking for clothing, then check out the Vegan Gain store. And if you're looking for online coaching, then check out Quality Gains. He offers customized meal and training programs. And as always, keep making those vegan gains.
What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.